guys, it's me Jake here, and today I'm going to be talking about a series I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. I have a lot of series I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but I haven't yet, so a couple of these next few videos are going to be those kind of series, and this one is definitely one of them. I had the first 3 volumes for a really long time, but since the anime came out, I've been watching it week to week. I decided to pick up the rest that I needed, and man oh man, I have been super enjoying that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is going to be Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Nagatoro is definitely one of those manga that is not for everyone, but I definitely can see why people do enjoy it, and I definitely enjoyed it myself. I think it's a really wholesome rom-com that really does take a little bit of a twist on everything. Yes, the main girl is kind of a tsundere, but not really at the same time. It's kind of weird. I do really like Nagatoro, though, as her relationship with Naoto, which is the main character, but they really don't call him Naoto at all, they call him Senpai. The relationship between the two is super wholesome, and I like the development they make throughout these volumes, because very early on, Nagatoro can be very mean and very annoying for the first volume, but once you get out of that, it kind of just becomes a really wholesome friendship / relationship that they're kind of growing towards. I really do enjoy that. I love these characters and how they mesh, how the story really revolves around them. Now, a little bit of a synopsis is, this main character, Naoto, is an artist. He's in the art club, and he wants to become a manga when he grows up. But one day he's in the library, where he usually just draws after school, and these girls are there, and Nagatoro is there, and notices this, and calls him a creep, and starts messing with him, and this becomes a natural thing, and she starts toying with him a lot, until the point where she actually starts to harbor feelings for him. Now, she doesn't actually say this herself, but through her expressions, it's kind of obvious she starts harboring feelings for him. And that's kind of a little bit of a synopsis of the series, and seeing how they develop together and seeing their kind of interactions is really great. I like the growth between volumes, which doesn't really happen in every single romance. Not every romance has that much growth. With this cast, it really is a lot of growth. And then the friends of Nagatoro, who call her Hayachi, which I don't even think is her name. I don't think Hayachi is even in her name, but the growth of her friends, Nagatoro herself, and Naoto is really great. And I think volume 6 was an amazing volume. As very early on, it is very episodic chapter to chapter, but as you get to volume 4, 5, and 6, each of them have a specific story they're talking about. Now, 4, 5, they don't have one story throughout the whole volume, but they have 2 to 3 stories they tell in the whole volume. Well, early on there was 6 to 7 because they took 1 chapter per story, and then they kind of expanded upon that in the later volumes and made more stories throughout that. Which is something I really did enjoy, is when they kind of expanded things. I think volume 6 is by far my favorite right now because of how much story they really put into it, and how much of a plot they actually had in that 1 volume alone, and how they kind of tied in the other characters from past chapters that they had into it very well. I really did enjoy that. And I really do enjoy how Nagatoro is kind of going in the path of having chapters that are having stories that take 3 to 4 plus chapters instead of just taking a story and doing 1 to 2 chapters at most. I really do enjoy that a lot. And if I were to recommend this, I would recommend it a lot. The art is really good, and I do expect the art to be really good. But if you don't know, the mangaka for this, Nanashi, he was actually a hardcore lolly hentai artist before he did this. So as you can tell, the expressions on Nagatoro are you can quite notice it at points, but I think that's kind of unique in a story because you don't really see that much when you're reading manga, but you do see it in Nagatoro, which I think is really great. And I think the anime is doing a really good job adapting it, even though there's a couple things that they did take out that I do get annoyed about, but I will say the anime is doing a really good job otherwise after that, and I will say definitely should pick this up. If you're into rom-coms, you would probably like this. And if you don't know from my last video, the card will be up here. I'm not going to do it wrong this time like I did that one video, but I've been addicted to rom-coms recently. I've been reading 3 different rom-coms recently. I don't know why I'm just binging them, but I've been really enjoying it. I've been having a really fun time with it. And Nagatoro is definitely the one I'm probably enjoying the most right now. And I think that's nothing to scoff at because I'm reading some things I do very much enjoy, and I'd probably give an 8 to 8.5. And I'm still thinking Nagatoro is better. So, I know I might be this might be a very high rating for Nagatoro when he has his thoughts, but for me, it's just really enjoyable. It's just really fun, and seeing their interactions is really great. And if you don't know, I am someone who really likes character-driven stories because I love Black Clover, and I love other series that are just character-driven. I like character-driven stories a lot, and of course I love story-driven stories, of course, but character-driven stories always have a soft spot in my heart. Nagatoro is definitely one of those series. I think that's probably why I like it a lot, is these characters really get you hooked onto them very early on, and they drive a story very, very well. And they really carry it so well that you can really just enjoy 7 volumes of this and be like, wow, I still enjoy these characters, nothing's getting old, nothing's really getting repeated, it's feeling all fresh, new, and exciting to keep reading more and more and more. Now, they do say the same thing sometimes, but does that mean it takes away from that? Absolutely not. When they say things over and over again, it doesn't really get repetitive, and I don't know why it doesn't get repetitive. Now, if you were to reread this for like a 5th time, it probably would be repetitive because you've read it so much, but for me, I've read this, the first 3 volumes a while back, and now I'm rereading it now, and it doesn't feel repetitive at all. So hearing that is just noticing that is very great to me, as I want to read way more of Nagatoro. I might actually start reading this and try catching up to it to read this week to week, because I'm enjoying it that much. Now, if you don't know, I have a lot I'm going to be reading soon, as I'm trying to catch up to basically as much as I can in Jump Magazine, so it's going to be hard for me to do that and keep up with like 15 series from Jump and then Nagatoro as well, but I'm going to try my best, okay? I'll try my best. I know the next few I'm going to be reading, so I'm going to be doing that in a separate video and talking about my journey with that in a separate video probably, but Nagatoro is what we're talking about today. Nagatoro, I cannot wait to read more. And the volumes do come out pretty fast, and they do really look nice. Like, give me 1 second, I can show you what the volumes look like spine-wise, and yeah. Here's what the volumes look like spine-wise. They're all really colorful and really nice looking on a shelf. And here are all the covers. I really do like the designs of all these. I think all of them are really nice and very different. Wow, I just had 2 and 3 mixed up. Wait, where is my 2? I don't know where I put my volume 2. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that. So I don't know where I have my volume 2, but I do have it. But I think volume 2 is, I forgot what color volume 2 is. But I will say, as time goes on, I like Nagatoro more and more and more, not just as the character, but the story alone as well. I do very much highly suggest Nagatoro for anyone who is in love with rom-coms like I am right now. There's going to be another video about a rom-com I'm reading probably later this week or maybe next week. I don't know yet, but it'll probably be this week. And I don't have much else to say about Nagatoro. Amazing art. I like the pacing of it, even though it's not many. It kind of has like stories every couple chapters, which you don't really see much. It's more of an episodic, but does have some longer arcs, which I do really enjoy, and I think that helps the pacing quite a bit. And I think that a lot of the things that happen within Nagatoro are pretty interesting. The characters, the story, the pacing, the art, it's all really good. I won't say it's the best thing ever, but I do definitely think it's pretty good. Like a definite solid 8 out of 10 plus for everything inside the story, but the enjoyment factor is definitely up there, even above that. So I will say it's probably rated above an 8 for me, probably an 8.5 to plus. I don't know the exact rating right now, but I very much enjoy Nagatoro, and I very much definitely highly recommend it. And definitely, if you want to watch the anime, yes, the art's probably better than the anime, but the anime is still doing a great job adapting this. I definitely think it would be a really good way to actually get into Nagatoro, as a lot of people actually are getting into Nagatoro through the anime, and I will say, give it a couple episodes, because the first couple of Nagatoro is going to be annoying, because like I said earlier, the first volume-ish is kind of when Nagatoro is annoying, and then she kind of starts warming up to Naruto. So definitely give it a couple episodes before you actually kind of form an opinion about Nagatoro, because she does develop a lot inside that sense. But yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope I see you guys next time. Peace!